Hello, this is Spirit Park. Today it's really hot and humid, so excuse my air conditioner sound. I try to just turn it off and just hold it for a while, but that was quite impossible. So, the first news is about Aksong is like really a bad intention. The review is review. And what has happened recently is that a person who is the owner of the restaurant got really stressed with this shrimp fry because one person ate the shrimp fry and then they didn't like it, so asked for the refund. And apparently the company, which is like a kind of like Uber Eats or something, but in Korea there's Coupang Eats, or also the Pemin or Yogyo. There are different brands there. And they kept like pressuring the owner of this restaurant. And a lot of those restaurant owners like really complain and really seriously stress that if they ever get those like 1-star like review or something out of 5, they get a serious, tremendous like disadvantage because that really, like draws down the mean of the score. That's why they demanded that there should be something that this platform do something to prevent this bad intentional review. The problem is that it is really difficult for those either the coupons or those like application that takes care of this food delivery and the system, because it's hard to know. It's hard to know whether they cannot really do all the investigation of individual, and also it's very subjective. The review is not like objective thing. So those platform also complains that it is impossible even if they make a law and stuff, like what's the criteria, and it's really there's no way they can prevent it. So I think there should be some kind of let's say the prevention in terms of if somebody did intentionally and if it's found out, then there's some kind of committee which decides or something, and give some disadvantage or even a punishment if someone did it on purpose, because that can be really huge detriment to the business. But I'm not really sure that there's like prevention in terms of like blocking its review or something if it's too outlier, because that outlier can be also meaningful. They really can never know, and let's say all the restaurant has some mistakes, because it's also a human does that. It's a human does that. So yeah, it's a tricky part. The next one is about the kimchi. And so in Korea, a lot of those restaurants and the food venues use the kimchi made in China, because the ingredients, the labor cost is a lot cheaper there. So let's say for one like dish of the kimchi they serve, it's usually kind of considered free. In Korea, if you order some food, they give you multiple side dishes, and kimchi is mostly essential, so they are likely to offer. And if they offer the Chinese-made kimchi, then it's about like 6 cents. But if it's a Korean one, then it's about 18 cents. So it's like almost 3 times more if they offered a Korean-made kimchi. So this person who wrote this article says that it's also good to promote some more premium kimchi where they make themselves, and people should also be willing to pay for it. I agree. I remember certain restaurants actually they even sell their own kimchi outside of just restaurant, because it was so good, and I still remember, although I had it quite a long time ago. So that's how much it was really stunning quality. But it's also understandable for many of the restaurants, they might not want to focus too much on the kimchi, because it can be just not their central interest. They have their main menus and other menus that they want to promote more. They might not want to, like making kimchi is like tremendous work. So they don't want to do that. And in that case, they can find a certain quality of kimchi. And if the one has a good quality control in China, then I don't think there's any problem. The last news is about makgeoli trend in Korea. So in the past, the makgeoli was more for those older people and youngster, maybe go for more beer. But nowadays, it's 20, 30 years old people usually go for makgeoli. Of course, teenage are not included because they cannot drink. So it means like youngsters are more being a fan of makgeoli. And this has been really good with those like cooperation between some small makgeoli brewery with those big companies, and the big companies can do with the distribution and the marketing and also sales. So for instance, this gonpyo, so this is a pretty smart marketing, that this is like a pyomun, but if they put upside down, then it's a gonpyo. So gonpyo is a brand for this flour making company. And because this is also the takju, makgeoli is also, so makgeoli is equal to takju. The takju is more like a blurred alcohol. It's like kind of blurry because it's not really clear. So usually to mix it well, because a lot of those more thicker pot goes down by gravity, so before people drink, they often mix it by making upside down. So they use that as a fun part. And this has been really popular, and there are also different types of makgeoli. This is a maripyo makgeoli, this is a horse. So gon is a bear, the mari is a horse. So all types of animal makgeoli. And they make like a like 검정콩 makgeoli, so the black bean makgeoli. And they put those black bean and the black sesame seed. And they also, like some different brand, make those like kind of snack-based makgeoli. So it has a snack flavor in it. So yeah, this is very trendy, and I think it's quite a good trend, since they can also promote their own traditional, and instead of just ignoring that, like ignore those Korean traditional drink, but by promoting that, they can also export, and there could be more diverse types of makgeoli. Just like the wine is so diverse in Europe, they can also make those makgeoli more trendy and more diverse. So those are the news I read today. I hope they were interesting, and I'll see you next time.